It's been a while since we've done one of these. Pointless top 10. We got pointless top 10 NPCs in World of Warcraft. Wildcard Door always makes these, and they are always worth a good laugh. So let's check this one out.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pointless
I love
Top
me
10,
some good pointless
top 10
NPCs.
list of pointless things where we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay.
Vulpera
because inside
pirates,
pointless
yeah.
things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 is Father Gavin, and Father Gavin is a human male located in the Misty Pine Refuge in the Dwarven Starting Zone Dunmorrow, and he's affiliated with the Argent Dawn. Now, I'm specifically talking about the classic WoW version of Father Gavin, because he is in the modern version, but he now has Kellen and Lowen Featherbreeze talking to him, and I guess that gives him a little more
Is he trying to
of a point.
recruit people in one of the most deserted areas in all of World of Warcraft? Probably not the best spot to set up.
However, I think he's still kind of pointless in that, but he was really pointless back in Classic WoW, where he just stood at his table as a mustached man in the Argent Dawn, and that was it. He had a house, he has his table, he's like praying or reading or something, and somebody said he could be a reference to an old historian or something. He also has a picture of a scantily clad woman in his room. But aside from that, he just has a bunch of dwarven stuff in his house. Like, you would just assume this is just a dwarf house. So, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if this is his house, but I guess it is. Because he's standing outside of it. But either way, Father Gavin could be removed from the game.
Good old Father Gavin.
Would care, which means
hanging portraits of sin on his walls.
Means he's pretty pointless, and that's why he's number 10. 9. Number 9 is T'Chali the Witch Doctor, and T'Chali is a jungle troll ghost located in Bloodwater.
Holy shit, I just noticed where his head is.
Mountains.
I thought that was a skull.
This is kind of a weird quest. So you meet T'Chali, and it's his ghost, and he's just like, yo, man, I wanted to help the ogres brew some beer, and then they pretty much got his recipe and buried him and stole his hookah, and then he died. So it sucks.
He steal the man's hookah. If somebody stole my hookah, I'd be furious.
Like, he just wanted to help the ogres get drunk, man, and then they screwed him over. So the whole quest line is you getting revenge on the ogres, and then he's like, yo, thanks a lot. You go get some loot from his grave. It's a really weird quest.
He's dead. Wow. Oh, that sucks.
But I love these types of quests. These are the types of quests that add a lot of flavor to the world.
The quest writer wrote this. What employee wrote this quest?
You know what I mean? It's not just... And then...
He's just dead.
At the end of the day is his apprentices seem to sell beer in his memory at the T'Chali's Voodoo Brewery at Brewfest. So that's pretty cool.
There you go.
Listen, at the end of the day, this guy's pretty pointless, and that's why he's number 9. 8.
Makes sense.
Number 8 is Watcher Tallway, and Watcher Tallway is part of the crew of the Zephyr, which is a zeppelin that goes from Orgrimmar to Thunderbluff. And this may shock and surprise you, but Watcher Tallway's job is to watch. So if you talk to Watcher Tallway, he's like, I be Tallway. Job be to keep the peace and watch. So I be watching. He has
at least he's got a
fantastic
job.
quotes such as, that cloud look like the war chief. There be a bird. There be a bug. Where the ship? A harpy.
But the man is employed. At least he's working. He's not living off of the troll government or the Orgrimmar government, right? He's not just collecting, paychecks from the Horde. The man is working. He's making an honest living. Why are we talking about him as pointless? What the hell? He's trying his best.
Wait, that be another bird.
He's contributing to society.
And that's it. He watches. He stands on the Zeppelin. He watches. He yells out what he sees. And honestly, it's fantastic.
I don't agree with this
reminder, I'm not bashing any of these NPCs for saying that they're pointless, because as we know, inside pointless things are treasure. And this guy truly is a treasure. I mean, he really adds just a little bit of humor, a little bit of fun to that Zeppelin ride where you're like, oh man, this is just a slow Zeppelin ride to Thunderbluff. It's taking forever. But now you can have Watcher Tallway be like, yo, a bird, yo, a bird, yo, a bird. Wait, that's a harpy. Wait, another bird, a bird. And it's fantastic. And that's why Watcher Tallway is number 8.
Perfect.
7. Number 7 is Makazgar. And Makazgar is a troll found in the Darkspear strain in Durotar in Classic WoW. He got removed in Cataclysm, so he's not even in the game anymore.
Maybe he died.
And although he is named and hostile, he is not associated with any quests. That's right. He has no quests. He doesn't do anything.
He's a good man.
He just stands there, and that's it. And people are like, what is his purpose? Is there anything? And somebody said his purpose is to gank level 6 to 8 toons swimming to Senjin after collecting their gnomish tools who are not paying attention.
He's a troll
that's really
ganker.
The best
That's good, yeah.
solution I could find. There was another theory. Somebody said maybe he's just an outcast troll, and that's why he's just out there just by the ocean being like, man, this sucks, But I mean, aside from that, this guy really is pointless.
Okay,
like,
this one is pointless.
he was so pointless, they just removed him from the game, and everyone was
He
like,
got
yeah, I
deleted.
don't even know there's a guy there, right? So, although, you know, there probably were a couple people that were like, yo, where'd he go, right? Like, it's one of those things where maybe every day you walk somewhere and you just see some random person you don't even know, and you're like, oh, there they are, and then one day you walk by and they're just not there. It's kind of like...
True. I have those random IRL NPCs in my life, for sure. You know, when I'd go to work every day back before COVID, walking in the hallway and just happen to walk past the same person every day because we'd get there at the same time, or get in the elevator sometimes. Those random NPCs that exist, that it happens in real life too. And then when they're not there one day, you're like, oh shit, where are they? You don't know them, you don't know their name, you don't know anything about them, but you notice when they're absent.
That happened to them, right? You don't know
True
anything
story.
about them, but you just know they were there every day, and now they're gone.
Yep.
Except, at least now we know
Like, oh,
why
I
this
hope
guy's
they're all
gone.
right.
It's because he had no points, so they just removed him. And
Yo.
that's why he's number 7. 6. Number 6 is Beastcaller Madalore, and Beastcaller Madalore is a troll located in Dazara
Okay, he's a
lore,
Zandalari
and
troll.
he's just playing fetch with his raptor Luna. And someone on Wowhead pretty much sums this up pretty well. They said, found him throwing a ball to his raptor pet Luna, patrols a small area in the Zara lore, followed him a bit, trying to get a screenshot of him throwing the ball, but he kept running around, which he really does keep running around. It's annoying.
Oh,
to
damn,
film
he
this
goes
guy,
full out
right?
run.
Pauses from time to time and says, let's go, girl. He'll then break out into a run, having Luna chase after him. Other times, he'll point and say, are you ready? And he'll do the bow emote, and Luna will sit, after which he will cheer, and Luna throws her head back in a silent roar as if cheering too. And that's it. I mean, there's no point. He's got no quest. There's
Man's playing with his
really
pet.
nothing else. It's just a Zandalari troll playing fetch with his raptor
He
pet.
breaks out into a
And
full-out
again,
sprint.
That's
Jeez.
fantastic. I love that it's adding some character, some fun elements to the city,
Yeah.
right? You're like, oh, there he is. He's just playing fetch. But really, it's very pointless. Like, it's another thing where if it was removed, people'd be like, I didn't even realize that, or they realized it but not enough to like know that he was gone. But I really love that. I love that in this big city there's all this stuff going on. There's like war happening, there's like magic and combat and spells and profession, everything. And this dude's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play fetch with
a
my
good
raptor
man.
pet. And that's
Enjoying
it.
the simple
I think
things
it's
in
great.
life.
And that's why he's number 6. 5. Number 5 is Krend the Pointless. Man, this guy is really pointless. What is
His
this?
name is the
a
Pointless?
NPC that sits in a fishing boat that says, hello there. And you click, why are you here? And he says, just fishing for treasure. Okay? Okay.
Foreshadowing. This man's going to play a major role at some point. Guaranteed. Mark it right now. Mark and date this guy's Kren the Pointless. He's going to have a very pointful role going forward.
Like, man.
He's going to find something.
This might be the most pointless NPC in the game. Jokes aside, I think a lot of people thought I was going to put my NPC at number 1.
Oh, he's got
right?
little fish
I
hooks
mean,
and
listen,
everything. Look at
this is a pointless NPC, but I didn't want to put it at number 1 because I felt like everybody's going to be like, oh, he's putting
What
it
up,
at
they
number
gotcha?
1, right? And I was like, you know what? I think there are some cooler pointless NPCs in the game than my own. Now, I was like, it's going to make the list, of course, but I mean, this was like, honestly, this was a shock when I got this in the game. Like,
Wait,
I
this
got
is
a
him?
belt years ago in Pandaria, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But the fact that I actually have
Blizzard added this NPC in honor of WoW Krendor. That's pretty badass. This ain't pointless. This brings a smile to everyone's face.
an NPC, and it's in Dragonflight instead of Shadowlands.
That's great.
Oh, man. Like, could you imagine
Because
if
he
my
makes his
NPC was in the
pointless
mall? I would
top
never
10
go
list.
see it. But now it's fantastic. I'm just chilling
Wow,
in the
that's a I've made it, Mom. I made it moment. He's forever immortalized in the game.
span on a small lake, and I'm just fishing. What's
WoW
better than
Krendor,
this?
the guy whose video we're watching, Day. This NPC is put in the game in his honor.
I made it, dude. But at the same
Kren the
time,
Pointless.
extremely pointless NPC. But as we know,
That's his name.
inside pointless things are treasure. And that's why Kren the Pointless is number 5.
That's amazing.
Number 4 is Tiev Mordoon. And Tiev Mordoon was actually in one of my previous pointless top 10s. He was in pointless top 10 NPCs in the middle of nowhere. Because he truly is in the middle of nowhere. He's in the west of the Sepulchre.
He's just enjoying the view.
On the ocean side of the Eastern Kingdoms. And
has a channel on
he
YouTube.
used to be a part of the Shaman quest, Call of Water, but now he literally isn't anything. They removed
He
that
had a
quest
purpose, and now it's
after Cataclysm, I believe, or They removed it at some point. It
Oh,
used to be
no.
in Classic WoW, but it is no longer, and so he's just there. He does have a very small purpose now, however. Apparently, if you don't speak to the minor manifestation of water before it despawns, bring him a water sapta and he'll bring it back so you can talk to it. So his whole purpose now is to bring back a
Slight point.
water manifestation if you missed talking to it.
Not completely
Cool.
pointless.
I haven't actually seen that happen.
I'll be honest. So far, I think the most pointless of all these is that troll who got deleted in Cataclysm, who's just standing on the edge of the
Happens.
of
So
the
I don't know
island.
if that's true or not, but I guess that's what
He
this
was like
person
number
said.
7 or
so,
something.
you know, he's not completely pointless, but man, that's pretty pointless. Like, you used to be a part of this really cool
He
big
lost his
shaman
point.
water totem quest, and now it's just like, oh hey, I forgot to talk to this guy. Can you bring him back? And it's like, yeah, yeah, I guess I can, and that's it.
Proves the
Right?
whole
Like,
listening.
you could really
used to
live
have a
without
point.
this guy,
Now
but
he's
I decided
pointless.
to put him pretty high up on the list because he has been on a previous pointless top 10. He is pretty pointless, and you know, I really do think he's definitely
like an
one of the
honorable
NPCs
mention.
where if you removed him, nobody would care. So that's why he's number 4. 3. Number 3 is Topper McNabb.
this man
and
has
Topper
wonderful
McNabb
hair.
is a human beggar and former farmer located in the trade
Okay, but
district.
if he's a beggar, how is his hair so perfect? How is this man so immaculate and beautiful and homeless at the same time?
of Stormwind City.
It's
He
a
can also be
good-looking
found
NPC.
on the Dark Moon Island at the pier on the southernmost point of the island begging for coins. In Legion, when the Uncrowned and the Veiled Hand infiltrated the city and caused lockdown, McNabb was seen sleeping in the auction house. And then in BFA, in the Vision of Stormwind, Topper is transformed into a rat, and once he is killed, he reverts back to his human form. The talking cat Tittles will then begin eating the corpse. So I always just assumed Topper McNabb was pretty pointless, right? He's just walking around Stormwind.
Wait a
and
minute.
he's
Does anybody else see what I see here? Look at the... This is a very phallic-looking set of pants. I'm just saying. Look at the two, and then the schlong. I'm not the only one seeing this, right? This man has the most phallic-looking pants in the entirety of the game. What the hell? Yeah.
right? He's
Not
just
so
walking
pointless
around
after all.
Stormwind. He's begging for money. He says, "Help a poor bloke
Just
out.
saying.
Could you spare some coins? Shine your armor for a copper. Better get a move on, kid. That
Look at those
coffee's not
pants.
gonna get any hotter." He actually has a reference to Wimpy
I'm
from
not a
Popeye,
perv.
where
I
he
just
says,
got a
"I'll
good
gladly
eye."
pay you on Tuesday
I'm
for
just
a
saying.
hamburger today." But the thing that kind of blew my mind that I never knew is that Topper McNabb actually has a backstory. So in Warcraft
Oh, he
3,
does.
a common tactic when playing humans to prevent
Now
the
I can't
enemy from
unsee it.
easily destroying defensive towers was to
Shit.
place farms in front of them so that the enemy melee units would have to destroy the farms to get to that tower. And Topper McNabb says,
So he played
"It's
a
all
role."
their fault, stupid Alliance army. Just had to build their towers right behind my farm." And then he also says, "Stupid orcs had to burn my farm to the ground." So Topper McNabb actually had his farmland
He's a war veteron. This guy's not
and
pointless.
house and everything destroyed
And he's
back
got
in
cock
Warcraft
pants on.
3, and that's why he's here in Stormwind. And that kind of blew my mind lore-wise. So I was like, dude, I did not know any of this.
Alpha.
And so just
Alpha,
because of
thank you
that,
for the follow-up,
and because of
Dora
how
Scourge.
prevalent Topper McNabb is, I was like, I got to put this high up on the list, and that's why Topper McNabb is number 3.
He's a war veteran. He's a
number
hero.
2 is the Ancient King, and the Ancient King
hell
is
is
located
this?
on the ocean floor south of the Broken Shore.
Just clipping
His
in the
purpose is
mountain?
currently unknown, and he is located under the death line. As such, reaching him
Helena.
is impossible. So can't really get any close-up shots here, but it is actually kind of weird. I did not
That is
know
weird.
about this.
It's gotta be a
at all.
mistake.
Someone tweeted this to me, so thank you very much for letting me know this existed. But these are really the types of things that I love. Just weird things out in the
hell?
wild, right? Like there's this guy called the Ancient King just trapped out in the fatigued
Just
ocean
clipping in a mountain.
the ground, and that's it. There's so many questions to be had here. Like, did the developers accidentally do this and then leave him there?
Yeah, it's gotta be
Is
an
this
accident.
some weird reference to something? Is this an inside joke?
I wouldn't think it was an accident if he was just floating, but he's clipping into the mountain. This can't be on purpose. Why would you put an
there's
NPC
so many
that's
questions,
clipping for
we
no
don't know
reason?
it. Maybe we will one day. I mean, this guy
He's half in
could
the
be the
mountain.
savior of Azeroth. And
He's just
I mean,
down
like,
there.
for all we know, this guy could be the strongest being in the world, but he's just stuck in a mountain. But I guess
That'd
if
be
he was the
great.
strongest being in the world, he wouldn't be stuck in a mountain, right?
He'd free himself, hopefully.
But I don't know. It's, to me, it's one or the other. It's either he's extremely important or he's not important at all. But one thing's for sure, and that's that this guy's pretty pointless, because if he got removed from the game today, I don't think anyone would care or notice, because they probably haven't noticed
this
already.
This is not number
so
one.
that's
What's
why
number
the
one?
Ancient King is number 2. And number 1 is Wendell Sparkshine.
Not
Wendell
surprised it's a
Sparkshine
gnome.
is a gnome who stands outside the Silver Enclave in
pointless in general.
Dalaran, and every day at 9 p.m. server time, Wendell walks around and lights the street lights of Dalaran with his wand.
Wait,
According
that's
to
not
Wikipedia,
pointless.
he enjoys his job so much that he sells Wendell's lighters so that others can experience the same joy. In World of Warcraft Legion,
that
an image
Luminor
of his
spell
daughter
from,
Kindy
Harry Potter?
Sparkshine appears on top of the lights in memorial to her death at Theramore. So this is one of those things where
That's
somebody
sad.
was like, "Oh, you should check out the gnome that just lights lamps in Dalaran. He's pretty pointless." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds pretty pointless." And I looked into it and I was like, "Dude, this is this is actually sad. Like, it's almost like a
It is
memorial.
sad.
Like, he lights the lamps
He's
as
got
a
a very good
memorial
point. What is
to his
this?
daughter that died in the Theramore bombing. Like, that shit's crazy.
This guy's got a great point. He's honoring his daughter every night by illuminating the streets of Dalaran. What the hell? He's not pointless. This is a great... man, I want to go meet this guy now.
So in the Legion Dalaran, I think your wand doesn't actually work anymore. I guess that was in Wrath of the Lich King when you could buy the wand and use it. And so you say, "Wendell, why doesn't my wand work on the lamppost anymore?" And he says, "Oh yes, terribly sorry about that. I like to light the lamppost myself, you see. It helps me. Let's leave it at that, please." And I mean,
Oh,
that is
man.
really sad, right?
That
Like,
is
this is
sad.
the way he copes. Like, he copes
It's like his
with
therapy.
the death of his daughter by just lighting these lamps every night. And so to me, this truly had to be
Okay.
number 1, because this really is the embodiment of inside pointless things or treasure. You know, you see
Yeah,
this
I
gnome,
see what he's saying,
walking around lighting these lampposts. You're like, why is this guy even lighting these lamps, right? Like, it's just,
And his purpose is pointless to everyone but him. And I respect that.
turn them on. It's just the game, right? But then you read into it and you learn his story and you're like, damn, dude,
Damn.
light those lamps. So head
keep
over to
doing it.
Dalaran at 9 p.m.
Respect.
and see him light some streetlights, because it's pretty cool. And that's why Wendell Sparkshine is number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can check out patreon.com/Krendor, or you can become a channel member and get access to a Q&A every month. Also, you can check out some other Pointless Top 10s. We had temples, we had squirrels, we had weirdest NPCs.
Great
Check
video.
them all out. Okay? Okay. So you.
That's a great video, man. Honestly, the best thing about it is the fact that WoW Krendor himself has a character in game called Krendor the Pointless. He's made it. Another great list. Loved it.